The Tortoise and the Cranes. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful lake in a forest. A tortoise lived there. It always befriends everyone. Then two cranes came to this pond from the neighboring forest in search of food. The Tortoise, just like it easily gets along with everyone and makes friends, spoke well with the cranes and made them friends. The Tortoise had a habit. It really liked to listen to the travel stories of new people. The tortoise, looking at the two cranes, asked them to tell their stories. The cranes spoke about the villages, clans, mountains, and waterfalls they had seen on the way. The tortoise had only heard of waterfalls until then. It was new to it. It asked the cranes how it would be. Immediately, one crane said that the falls would be very beautiful. The sound of water gushing down from the mountains would be sweet to hear, and it would be cold if you went near it. It went on describing that it would be there. As it listened, the tortoise thought how wonderful it would be if it had the power to fly like them. The cranes found plenty of food in that lake and stayed there permanently. While this was happening, it did not rain that year. The water in the lake began to dry up. Due to the drought, all the creatures in that forest began to search for a new place to go. The birds that lived near the pond also started to leave. The cranes also decided to go and told the tortoise, "Friend, we have decided to go to another lake with water. If we stay here any longer, we will have to die of starvation. So we came to say goodbye," they said. "If it rains again and this lake fills with water, we will come," they said. Hearing that, the tortoise became very sad. "What, friends? You have said such a thing. In a few more days, this lake will completely dry up. I will also not be able to get food. Without food, how many days can I live? Therefore, we meet for the last time. It may even be the last time," it said with sadness. Hearing that, the crane said, "What to do, Mr. Tortoise? You cannot fly like us. If you could fly, we would take you along." The tortoise thought for a while. Then it said, "I have a plan." Immediately the cranes asked, "What plan is it? If we can take you, we will definitely do it." The tortoise said, "You both bring a heavy wooden stick. Hold both ends of it by your beaks. I will hold the middle of the stick with my mouth. So when you fly, I will also fly with you." The cranes also liked this trick of the tortoise. But one crane said, "Tortoise friend, this is a good idea. There is also a huge danger in this. If you unexpectedly open your mouth, that's it. You will fall down and be shattered. Death is certain," it said. Because the tortoise has the habit of talking too much, the cranes did not want to take it like this. A crane said with concern, "I don't think it's right to take my friend like this, who is always talking." Immediately, the tortoise said, "Friends, don't worry. I also care about my life. I will be careful." Then the crane said, "Don't worry, friend. We will take you, but under no circumstances you should open your mouth and speak." And after saying this, they searched for a heavy stick and brought it. The two cranes opened their beaks and hold the both end of the large stick. The tortoise opened its mouth and hold the middle of the stick. Cranes and the tortoise hold the stick tightly. It is a long journey. The cranes could not fly high because of the weight of the tortoise, so it flew a little lower. It was a new experience for the tortoise. Mountains and trees appeared small from above. They flew over the villages then. The villagers were surprised to see them flying. "Look there. Look there." Two cranes were carrying a turtle and flying. They were talking about what a surprise it was. The turtle couldn't control its happiness. The turtle couldn't control his joy. He wanted to express his happiness loudly right now. But remembering the danger it would cause, he remained silent. But the village boys were running behind, shouting in the direction the cranes were going. Seeing that, the tortoise could not control its excitement. Then suddenly the thought coming to his mind, "These two cranes think that people are amazed by them. But in reality, people are running to see me flying in the sky. It is me they are looking at. They admired me. I have become very popular. That's why all the villagers are running after me," he thought to himself and began to feel proud. The two cranes understood the tortoise's thoughts and pride. Oh, what a pity! Why this tortoise suddenly lost its mind? The first crane thought, if it opened its mouth and started to say something, it would fall down and shatter. The second crane prayed to God. God, we undertook this effort was great mistake. You only must take care of this tortoise without opening its mouth. We prayed for your grace. Both cranes could not open their mouths to warn the tortoise, because if they opened their mouths, the tortoise would fall down. So, not knowing what to do, they were flying while looking at each other. As time went on, the tortoise couldn't control itself. The tortoise opened its mouth and thought to say something. As soon as the tortoise opened its mouth, it began to lose its grip and fell down. On seeing this, the cranes were frightened, flew down and tried to catch the tortoise. But before that, the turtle fell down. Fortunately, it fell in a place that was muddy and full of dirt, so it was not badly hurt. It fainted from falling from a height. The villagers also ran and looked, and when they knew it was a tortoise, they felt sorry for it. The tortoise was alive and not dead, so the people were relieved, and they took Tortoise to nearby lake and left it on the bank. The cranes also flew behind the turtle and went to the lake. The cranes were now relieved and happy to see him alive. After a while, the tortoise slowly regained its consciousness and got up. The cranes couldn't control their joy. The tortoise, seeing the cranes, was saddened that it could not keep the promise it had made to them. So it sat quietly with head bowed. Cranes spoke to the tortoise. Friend, we are very happy to see you alive again. The villagers are very good people. That's why they brought you to this lake. We warned you so much and told you about the danger of opening your mouth. And you did this, but by God's blessings, you have escaped, said the cranes. Forgive me, friends. I promise you now, I will stop the habit of self-boasting and unnecessary talk at unnecessary times, the tortoise assured. The cranes were satisfied with that. The tortoise also suggested that the three of us stay here itself. The cranes also agreed, and the three friends, Tortoise and the two cranes, lived happily in that lake for a long time.